peeps, DJMK here, and welcome to another video, and this time is going to be the completion of another visual novel, this time Registering a Fate, same people who created Iris, which I know I still need to complete Iris, but for now, let's go for the one that will be much easier to complete, which is of course, Registering a Fate. It felt like I was pretty far along with this one. Anyway, well, I got back from work just a couple hours ago, and so I needed to get a couple hours to recuperate. So thank you all for your patience as I was trying to set up today. Besides just having a hard time pulling away from my most comfortable position, I also was trying some new setups for my Twitch channel this time. I also changed the link to my coffee page, so that way it'll be a lot easier to track. So I feel pretty proud that I actually figured that out. And also I have added a couple of new extensions to Twitch. Don't know how it appears on mobile, but if you go under the extension panel, you'll see two things right under there. One is like the top 15 current viewer locations, and then the other one is a poll, actually, the Twitch Picks poll, which will show you the options of the day as to what options to pick for this visual novel. So, we've got a couple that we need to go through today, and there may be some more coming up, so please feel free to fill in your answers in the Twitch section. So Twitch, you'll be able to interact a little bit more. I mean, I could do it on YouTube as well, but I'll just have a slightly harder time doing so. But anyway, here is, for those who are on YouTube, here is my Twitch link, where if you want to be more participatory in the chat, in the poll, please feel free to do so. So anyway, without further ado, let's just get started with the video. Okay? Hi everybody. Yeah, I got a little change in the hair, got a little blowout, and it's like my hair is seriously the smoothest it's ever been, so thanks to my hairdresser for that. But anyway, let's get started with Registering a Fate. Let's see what's up. So, in the last episode, we basically were having an argument with our love interest. I always start with an A, not Aaron, something else. But we basically had a huge argument. Not Kylan. Kylan's in the other one. Oh my gosh. I'm mixing up mixing up a visual novel love interest. But anyway, the love interest we have in this episode, we essentially have had a tete with him because of the philosophy of the Registering of Fate, because this guy, the guy that we're interested in, he too can see the strings. But his theory is that we may have sacrificed our chances of finding a soulmate in exchange for seeing strings, but Valerie, on the other hand, the girl, she believes that maybe either A, it would get stronger as she gets closer to her soulmate, that the registering will become more visible, or maybe it'll get her closer to finding the truth. A third theory that kind of popped up is that because we have a head start of how the other strings work out, they in turn to get an equal chance like everybody else find out who their true soulmate is, they themselves don't find out who their soulmate is. Which is what I was kind of thinking that would be, is that they don't have a head start on theirs. But then the other part that I kind of guessed, which I think maybe this might be the conclusion that the story is leading to, is that because they're able to see other people's strings, that in turn kind of motivates them to choose their own fate, rather than blindly following it. So that's my theory, anyways, to why these characters are able to see their strings and see other people's strings, and they can't see themselves because they have a choice. But anyway, let's load. I did one save from like a casual playthrough, but I wasn't really sure as to how to answer that. So I would consider that canon for this playthrough. So we're gonna load the 22nd save file. So essentially, Valerie's coworker kind of thinks that maybe that Valerie and love interest, until I can find his name. I can't remember his name. I feel ashamed for that. But anyway, that's not Aaron. I know Aaron's the brown, the brown haired guy. But anyway, not that Valerie and not Aaron are a thing, and he's kind of having trouble with determining how do I respond to this. So to those watching now, welcome to the stream. I don't know why Twitch is saying that I'm streaming Cinderella Phenomenon when I really am not, but I've tried everything to change it and it's not letting me change it. But anyway, he's not interested in me. I don't look for a relationship right now, or I have someone already. Feel free to answer in the poll underneath the extensions as to what answer you want me to say. I need to plug in really quick. So anyway, how is everybody doing today? You having a good day? I mean, I admit, my day was pretty rough. I got to work 10 minutes late, and I forgot food, so I didn't really eat until I got back home today. But you know what? It's not bad. It could have been worse. I'm back at home, safe and sound, and I got the games, got this. As long as I have a good cup of water, and knowing that my computer's charged and at the end of the day and I can talk to somebody, I'm good. Wrong pipe. Anyway, another thing that I've been thinking of doing is trying to do raids. I'm part of a group by Gamer Zach called the Zacolites, and we're kind of starting to think of maybe doing some raids lately, and it's pretty cool. So far, it looks like in terms of live channels, I'm the only one who's live right now, but you know what, that's okay. That's okay. Eventually, I think I'll time my streams in such a way that I can do real raids. But right now, you know what, I'm pretty small as is, so it's okay. So anyway, how do I respond to my coworker? So to give it a context to these answers, and then to those watching on YouTube and Twitch, welcome everybody. But anyway, to kind of give a thing, he's not interested in me. It's kind of been like the impression she got from the interactions a little bit, that maybe it's not in terms of romantic interest. I'm looking for a relationship right now. She's working quite a bit to save up for her trip to Asia. They don't specify where. I'm guessing mainly China and Japan, since this is where the Red String of Fate story is really popular. Or I have someone already, which is her belief that there's somebody waiting on the other side of that string. A string in Asia that will give her more of a clue as to who her soulmate is. It's been 2 months since I played this last, so I I don't really remember the choice that I was thinking of doing, let alone the context. But yeah, also a funny thing that I kind of realized is that 5 days ago was my 1 year anniversary of streaming on Twitch. Can you believe it? It's 1 year. 1 year since I've started Twitch, so kind of cool. And then for YouTube, I believe it's been about maybe 4 years since I've made the YouTube channel, but then it's kind of like more like 3 or 2 since I started streaming seriously. So that's pretty amazing. So anyway, I've been considering that she's very busy, and I mean, she knows that love interest likes her, but is kind of in love. I'm thinking not looking for a relationship right now because she's got other things to focus on. So that's my answer. She pulls a face, rolling her eyes. So, you don't find love, love finds you. Don't pass up this perfect opportunity. We're just friends. Do you want to be more than that? Natalie! She gives an amused, impertinent giggle at my gasp. My cheeks burning, I try to disentangle my arm from her grasp. I have to go to work. I'll catch you later. Surprisingly, she lets me escape. I duck around the corner, trying to calm my racing heart. Thanks to Natalie's planting the seed in my head, now I can't help but wonder if Luke, I can't keep remembering Luke Skywalker, because essentially, Luke and Valerie are like red string Jedi, minus the manipulation. Anyway, now I can't help but wonder if Luke is really romantically interested in me. Is he? Surely he isn't, right? He knows I'm saving my heart for my soulmate. He knows what my plans to travel the world. There's no way he'd want to be anything more than friends. I don't know, considering the way he's been behaving towards you. Yet, as the memories I shared with Luke race through my mind, I can't help but wonder. And I can't help but wonder why my heart is pounding in a not entirely unpleasant manner at the thought of Luke wanting more than friendship from me. Are you Carrie? Seriously, Valerie, are you Carrie? That's 4 I can't help but wonders in a row. Anyway, to my chagrin, when Luke's food is ready, I'm the only waitress free to bring him his order. Of course, just my luck. I find myself trying to avoid Luke's eyes, nervously gripping the plates and I place them gingerly on Luke's table. Here you go. Thank you. Clearing my throat, I turn to make my escape, but Luke's light touch on my arm stops me. I jump at the touch, my breath suddenly catching in my throat, and Luke immediately retracts his hand, apologizing for startling me. Sorry, what is it? Luke stares at me, those dark eyes filled with concern, and I hastily look away. Are you alright, Val? You seem jumpy. I'm fine. Right. There's an awkward pause, and I can tell he doesn't believe me, but he doesn't push and merely continues. Well, I was just wondering, when does your shift end? Are you free this evening? What? Is he trying to ask me out? No, this can't happen. I have a soulmate out there waiting for me somewhere. Panicking, I fumble for an excuse to turn him down. No, I have a prior engagement after this shift. Yes, I have to do stuff. Great job, Valerie. Stuff. Is that the best you can come up with? Luke sends me a dubious look, but to my relief, he doesn't call me out my obvious lie. I see. If you're busy, then never mind. I'm sorry to bother you. I'll text you later and we can arrange a different time then. I force the words out of my mouth. For what? You don't remember? In my baffled look, Luke continues to explain. We said last week after the presentation that we'd celebrate by having lunch together, remember? Clearly that plan fell through because, well, I was being a jerk and we had a disagreement. Luke shrugs, giving me a sheepish smile. Aaron wanted me to come make amends and arrange a date for the three of us to have a celebratory dinner together to make up for last time. Oh. The rush of relief at the fact that Luke wasn't trying to ask me out on a date is coupled with an inexplicable sort of disappointment that makes my stomach drop to my feet. Shouldn't there be evidence, Valerie, that maybe Natalie was not wrong about love finding you? Are you searching for it? Wow, I completely forgot that we made a promise to eat together sometime. I shake my head at myself, almost bursting into laughter at how much I overreacted in panic. Of course Luke isn't interested in me that way. He's just a good friend. Oh, really? Considering all the dissuading he's been doing, I don't know. Still, I'm surprised Aaron would ask Luke to pass on the message rather than text me himself. What is he trying to do? Play Cupid? Luke is eyeing me with a confused expression, and I can only guess what sort of emotions are showing on my face. I flash him a teasing grin, my earlier discomfort around him disappearing instantly. So, what you're saying is you're Aaron's butler now, carrying out your master's orders, passing on messages, and arranging meetings for him. Luke lets out an incredulous chuckle. Me, a butler? Yep, you know, I think you'd make a great butler. Luke grins good-naturedly, brushing the hair out of his eyes. Would I get one of those classy butler uniforms? If so, I don't think I'd mind the job very much. The mental image of Luke in a butler uniform flashes across my mind briefly, and I will of a sudden blush away. Slightly flustered, I clear my throat and smirk at him. I think you should stick to being a poet. That suits you more. Darn, there goes my newfound dream career. I grin in amusement, patting him on the shoulder. You'll live. But back to your original request for dinner this evening. I don't think I can make it. I'm sorry. I have something else lined up today. Would tomorrow be fine? A lie, but I can't very well take back what I said earlier about having a prior engagement. That would be too suspicious. I'll let him know. We can discuss more over text tonight. Sounds good. Thanks for letting me know, Luke. He nods with a smile, his gaze still lingering on my face with a strange sort of thoughtfulness that makes me feel like my emotions are exposed like an open book. Unnerved, I clear my throat and turn to make my escape. Right, well, I have to get back to work. Enjoy your meal. I scurry away, all too aware of Luke's half-amused stare burning a hole in my back. I stifle a yawn. As I fail to stifle a yawn. Oh my gosh. Does this happen to you? You read a character that's yawning, and then you feel like yawning, and you just feel suppressing them compared to them being successful at it? But anyway, I stifle a yawn, stretching my arms above my head as I leave the restaurant. So tired. Ugh. What a long, boring shift. I can relate. Ugh. In my mind, I begin imagining my comfortable bed, the inviting mental image making my footsteps quicken. I need sleep. Val? Where are you going? Luke's sudden voice from over my shoulder almost makes me jump out of my skin, and I leap back with a yelp, my heart pounding. Jesus, Luke, you almost gave me a heart attack. What the hell are you doing sneaking up on me like that? Luke raises both of his hands, palms facing forward, adopting a soothing tone. Easy. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I wasn't trying to sneak up on you. You just didn't hear me coming, even though I've been told I walk like an elephant. Sure you didn't. Luke smiles, a glint of amusement in his eyes. I really am innocent this time. You must have been very deep in thought to not hear my footsteps at all. What were you thinking about? I cough, rubbing my eyes. I can't very well tell him that I was daydreaming about being reunited with my pillow. Nothing. Why are you even here? Are you stalking me again? Again? Luke looks like he's torn between laughter and taking offense to my words, and he finally settles in the former. When have I ever stalked you? All the time! It can't be a coincidence he keeps showing up at the places I work when I'm there. Luke merely chuckles, shaking his head at me. You forgot again? I can only stare at him blankly. Forgot what? Celebratory group dinner? Aaron? You and me? My mind's still cloudy from lack of sleep. I can only shake my head. To celebrate the end of the group project? I asked you about it a few days ago by ambushing you at work after discussing more over text. They must agreed this evening at your shift ends the date and time for the meetup, remember? This is the one thing I kind of feel weird about this game. It's like, time passes like this. You're getting used to, like, okay, you just talked. And then now it's like, boom, 3 days later. I'm not used to it. I was waiting on the opposite street for you to come up when I saw you leaving, so I just came over to make sure there hasn't been a change of plans or something. At his words, the faintest recollection of the scheduled date and time of dinner enters my mind, and my lips part. Oh. Crap, that's today? I knew you'd forgotten. I opened Luke and decided to smug look at his face, and he grins in response. I did not forget. I just really misremembered the agreed date, that's all. Isn't that the same as forgetting? Yeah, it is, Luke. It is. No, it's different. I didn't forget our arrangement. I was just mistaken as to when it would happen. That's very different from forgetting. That's still forgetting, in some respect. Luke shoots me a side glance filled with amusement. But you did forget our arrangement. You had no idea what I was talking about earlier when I started asking about the group dinner. Oh, shut up. Luke's smile turns victorious, and I roll my eyes at him. My earlier grogginess slowly disappeared throughout my familiar banter with Luke, and I shake my head. My mind a bit clearer now. I swear, I'm not usually so scatterbrained. I've just been overwhelmed with... I stop myself, but it's too late. You both know what I'm about to say. Luke's smile fades a little, and I mentally kick myself for putting my foot in my mouth yet again. I already know how Luke feels about my part-time jobs. I shouldn't bring it up around him. Hastily, I change the subject. So, where's Aaron? I guess I'm not the only one who forgot then. Luke's smirk returns and I breathe a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, you're still the only one who forgot. He texted me saying his class ran a little late, but he'll be here in the next 5 minutes or so. Damn it! Well, I bet the class thing was just an excuse. He probably forgot too, and he's just rushing over here now. You probably forgot what? We're Tracy jogging Aaron, skidding to a halt next to us. Panting, he bends over, clutching at his knees as he tries to catch his breath. Hey, Aaron, you're late. I'm not late. I'm exactly on time. Nope, you're very much late. Did you forget our meeting time and date? No, class ran late just now. I haven't had to leave the lecture early to run over here so I wouldn't be late. Be happy about my dedication to our friendship. I've never left a class early before. Never. I don't believe you. You can just admit you forgot, you know? What? But... Aaron sputters in indignation, making me giggle in response. He turns to Luke for help, who has been watching us in silence, and an exasperated yet amused look on his face. Luke, bro, help me out here. She's accusing me of lying, which have made such a huge sacrifice for you guys. Luke seems like he's trying to withhold his laughter, but he soon loses the battle, chuckling to himself. Luke, you believe me, right, bro? Tell Val she's an awful friend for not believing me. Sorry, Val. I'm more inclined to trust Aaron than you. Ha! Aaron shoots me a triumphant grin, and I collapse into further helpless laughter. It's so easy to mess with Aaron that I almost feel bad for it. Almost, but not quite. Don't worry, Aaron. She's making false eggs. I'm tired now, and I've only gotten back from work like 2 hours ago. I'm already tired. I just ate too. What is going on? Anyway. Anyway. Don't worry, Aaron. She's just making false accusations to make herself feel better because she forgot about her dinner. I got her leaving right after work instead of waiting like she had said she would. Wow. I see how it is, Val. This is how much we mean to you, huh? I take a deep breath, trying to get a hold of a giggling fit, and grin at Aaron. Says the one who arrived the latest. Aaron opens his mouth to protest, but I cut him off, gesturing at the Chinese restaurant down the street. Why have we even standing around here talking in their chairs, waiting for us inside? Come on, let's go before all the good seats are taken. Fine. This conversation isn't over, you hear me? Quietly laughing to myself, I lead two of them into the Dragon Palace. Hey Val, back so soon? Did you forget something? Yes, she did. Sending Luke a warning glare, I bite back a smile and greet my friend. Hey Natalie? Nah, I'm just having some dinner here with some friends. Figured it'd be good to bring some business here. Maybe the boss will even give me a raise for that. And I just saw like 2 typos! Oh boy. Anyway. Natalie laughs before leading us to a table, where we slide into our seats gratefully. Just call me when you guys have decided what to order, alright? Yep, thanks, Nat. Once Natalie leaves, Aaron practically pounces on the menu, peering at the items on the list with clear greed. Wow, this all looks so good. How am I supposed to choose? Hey! Don't go ordering through the whole menu now. I'm not paying for this meal if you do that, just so you know. Hey! We agreed to split the costs among us. Get back out now. That's before I realized you would clean up my wallet with the amount of food you're going to order, even with us sharing the costs equally. Next to us, Luke gives a quiet laugh and speaks up, his low voice instantly grabbing our attention. It's fine. I'll pay for all of us. Order as much as you like. Aaron cheers but bite my lip, feeling uneasy. I was just joking earlier. I didn't really intend to get out paying my share of the meal. No, it's okay. I was just kidding. I'd be happy to pay my share. Luke tilts his head, staring at me with those intense eyes, that I swear could almost read me like a book. I have to force myself not to look away first. If it matters to you, then alright. I'll just cover Aaron's share. I expected Luke to revisit him paying for all, considering his usual chivalrous, gentlemanly demeanor, but I'm relieved that he seemed to have conceded for some reason. Thank you. Aaron doesn't seem to have noticed our conversation at all, still too concentrated on mumbling the names of each food item on the menu under his breath. Finally, he looks up at us, a pout on his lips. Help! I can't decide what to get. You work here, don't you, Val? Tell me, what do you recommend? Ask Luke. From what I heard from my other colleagues, he's been eating here every day since the last time he came here for lunch to ask me when I'd be free for dinner. Luke grins sheepishly and shrugs, giving a simple explanation. The food here is good. I still think he's trying to stalk me but failing to catch me at my shifts. I would never. Luke and I share a grin, and Aaron looks between two of us curiously. Oh yeah, about that. Are you guys, cool now? I snorted his words. Yes, Aaron. We're cool now. It was just a disagreement anyway, not really a fight. Oh, okay, great. Aaron lines up with a grin, and I can feel my guard rising and a devilish glint entering his eyes. Uh-oh. I don't like that look. Is he really planning to play Cupid? Trying to matchmake Luke and me? Aaron pushes the menu over to Luke, asking him for his opinion. After a while, we're finally ready to make our orders, and I wave Natalie over. Soon, we're happily digging in, with Aaron loudly exclaiming appreciative comments about the food. With the amount of banter and playful insults flying through the air among the three of us, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I haven't forgotten even my tiredness and plans to sleep the rest of the day away. I don't know, even when I'm excited, it takes a lot for me to kind of forget the exhaustion, because it's going to hit me at some point. To kind of give you an example, I went to a friend's house with another friend to watch the Ghostbusters films prior to the 2016 reboot, and I got really exhausted right around Ghostbusters 2, even though I was still kind of coming from the high of the first film, and I just passed out. It wasn't like I was disinterested in the movie, it was just that I was just way too tired to be able to get through the rest of it, so I don't remember the second one at all. Anyway, When our plates are finally become this is one I can relate to. When our plates are finally become empty, we're still reluctant to move from our seats, unwilling to let the fun evening end. It's not until I noticed the long line forming outside the restaurant waiting for tables that I pushed myself up with my palms against the table with a sigh. Come on. We shouldn't hug this table since we finished eating. Yeah, I suppose we should leave. Oh, right. The previously familiar glint creeps back to Aaron's eyes, and I narrow my eyes at him, instantly cautious. You know what? I just suddenly remembered I have something to do. Oh? What is it? You know, just a boss fight with my guild in this new MMORPG I've been playing. Game stuff. I don't want to be late, so I better rush. Luke, I'll pay you back later, okay? Remind me. I'll just leave the two of you to handle the rest then. I guess maybe not so discreet wink and rushes at the restaurant as though it's on fire. A beat of awkward silence, then Luke gives a little chuckle. Well then. That Aaron. Have you noticed? He jerks his head in the direction where Aaron just left, and the unspoken question hangs in the air between us. No further explanation necessary. Have I noticed Aaron trying to matchmake Luke and me? Yes, I definitely have. And this is where question number 2 on the poll comes in. How should Valerie respond to Luke? Feel free to answer the question now, whether in chat or in the poll on Twitch. I posted a link to Twitch on the, in the chat box in YouTube, so feel free to check that out. Or just go to the link in the description to go to Twitch and answer the poll. But anyway, this is the central question of question number 2. Still, I have to tread very carefully here. Luke could not be romantically interested in me after all, but I had to be careful not to let him think that I'm interested in him that way. How should I respond to Luke's question? Well, the first one would be too hard to do considering that Luke noticed too. So we've got, make a joke about Aaron's matchmaking attempts, or discuss how to set Aaron straight and stop any further matchmaking attempts. Well, I mean, I know she's trying to keep her distance from the soulmate thing, but I mean, on the other hand though, it's kind of implying the story, it's like, your soulmate's right in front of you, don't push him away, kind of thing, right? Sorry, I'm so tired, I'm starting to feel it now. Whew. So, besides the poll that needs some answering, do you guys have any questions, comments, World Cup predictions? Because I've watched pretty much every single game at this point. Senegal goal. Do you think it was illegal or not? I mean, I know officially they say it's not, but do you personally think it's legal? I think it is because I think it was personally also the referees, because honestly the players were just doing their job. That's my opinion. But anyway, I'm leaning towards making a joke about it because I mean, what else can you do? I mean, you can set it straight by making sure he doesn't do it anymore, but on the other hand though, it's less fun, and for another, Luke doesn't believe in soulmates, even despite seeing love everywhere, and Valerie very much does, but I think she's kind of failing to realize that sometimes that soulmate can be right in front of you. So, I'm gonna make a joke of it. Humor is good, humor is safe, So I smirk and nod. His pathetic matchmaking attempts? Yeah, I have. Honestly, he needs to watch at least 100 more chick flicks before trying his hand at setting up his friends together. He's not good at this. But he's so obvious about it. Like, I kind of knew ever since he told me that he asked you to come to the restaurant last time. Yeah, I thought that was strange as well, but I didn't bother to protest. He's an idiot. Is it bad that I'm somewhat interested to see what he'll try next time? I burst out laughing, shaking my head. No, I want to see him try to get us together more too. I pause, realizing how my words could be taken the wrong way. I hurry to clarify, unable to meet Luke in the eyes. I mean, because his antics are amusing, that's all. There's a small, almost unnoticeable pause before Luke replies. Right. Coughing, I give an awkward chuckle and turn my head away, pretending to be busy looking for my purse. Well, anyway, how much is it? I'll pay for my third. Luke reaches for the piece of paper at the corner of the table and peeks. His eyebrow was raised almost imperceptibly, and then he hands it to me without a word. I take one glance at it and burst out into a string of curses, making Luke chuckle. I didn't even know that a meal could cost as much here. I've worked here for months, covering tables for parties of 7 or more. Exactly how much did Aaron order? Luke's grin grows. He tips his head at Natalie, who is waiting for us to finish discussing before coming over. You sure you still want to split the tab? I don't mind paying. I sigh and nod, silently muttering curses like a sailor. It's fine. I'm just going to kill Aaron. I'll help you bury the body. We share a grin and he leans forward slightly, staring into my eyes with an intensity that makes me shift uncomfortably. Thank you. I had a great time. Oh, yeah, I did too. Thanks. Beat starts to rise to my cheeks and I look away, disconcerted by my own reaction. Why did it almost feel like a date when he said it like that? Probably because it was for a few seconds. Oh, I get to see the university again. Val! I hear Aaron shouting my name. I look up to see him pushing his way through the crowd, waving at me with a bright smile. Wait to get the sea of red strings floating around me. I lift my hand in a wave and wait for him to approach him. Wait for him to approach him? I think he meant wait for him to approach me. Anyway. Aaron finally manages to fight his way through the crowd and collapses against the wall against the next... I don't know if it's heat or it's my fatigue, but goodness. Aaron finally manages to fight his way through the crowd and collapses against the wall next to me, panting. Hey, Val! I missed you. He leans in for a quick hug. Hey, Aaron! It's good to see you again. I've missed you too. Wait. Was this after summer break or something? Oh. It may have only been a week since the group dinner we had together, but I really have missed him. He's like this bubbly ray of sunshine that's hard not to notice in the absence of. How are you? I'm fine. You? You look like you just been through a war. He smooths his hair and I take a deep breath. It takes a deep breath, making me bite back a grin at his frazzled appearance. I'm good, I think. Jesus, there's a lot more people than usual. You know how it is. People only turn up to the lectures and the professor says he'll talk about the exam. Aaron eyes the mass of students critically. Oof, sorry. Aaron eyes the mass of students critically, and I can only imagine what he's thinking, given that he's probably never skipped a class in his entire life. Have you seen Luke? Aaron... I give him a warning glare at the suggestive tone in his voice, and he smiles innocently, spreading his hands out in front of him. What? It's a genuine question without any ulterior motives, since, you know, you talk to him so often. He waggles his eyebrows and I roll my eyes, trying to stifle a smile. Yes, I'm sure it was a completely innocent question. No hidden meetings whatsoever. To answer your question, no, I haven't seen Luke yet. It's not like him to be late. You did text me about meeting up after class today, right? Of course I did. He applied last night, so he couldn't have missed the text. Aaron shrugs and yawns. I guess he got caught up in something. Though, whatever it is, he needs to hurry up. I'm dying to look at the feedback. Rolling my eyes, I give him a teasing grin. Then look! He could have just forwarded the email to us, you know? No! We have to open it and read it together at the exact same time. Yesterday, a long 2 weeks after our presentation, the professor finally emailed Aaron with the grades and feedback for her presentation. For some reason, Aaron insists on waiting until the three of us are together before opening the document attached to the email, which is why we arranged to meet up after the lecture today. Hiding a smile at Aaron's antics, I stand on my tiptoes to search for Luke's familiar head of dark hair in the crowd. Do you see him? No luck so far. Maybe we should leave the building first. It's impossible to find him with so many people around. We can text him and tell him to meet us outside this building. Good idea. With impatience spring in his steps, Aaron grabs my arm and starts pulling towards the exit. He's so intent on getting us out of the building that he almost misses sight of Luke in the corner until I twist my arm from his grasp, trying to get Aaron's attention. Aaron, stop! Look! Isn't that Luke over there? What? Huh? You're right. What's he doing here? Did he forget that he's supposed to meet us after class? Squinting, I could barely make out a figure next to him. He seems to be talking animatedly to Luke. Is there someone with him? Who's that? I don't know, but let's go find out. Aaron changes course and starts heading towards Luke. Alarmed, I grab his shoulder and pull him to a halt. Wait, should we really rudely interrupt you like that? What about something really important? Oh. Aaron frowns, eyeing Luke and his companion. Should we wait for them to finish their conversation then? On my tiptoes again, I try to peek over the other students' heads at Luke. Although I can't see very well, Luke's posture seems stiff. His hands in his pockets and his face turned away from whoever he's talking to. My curiosity getting the better of me, I slowly inch forward, hoping to get within earshot so I could eavesdrop on their conversation. As we get closer, it becomes painfully obvious that Luke is extremely uncomfortable. His body angled away from the girl who has a hand on his arm, and is chattering away to him with sort of false brightness and strange desperation. Who's that girl? Aaron's whisper in my ear echoes my thoughts, and I can only shrug, as clueless as he is. Maybe it's his girlfriend? He never mentioned one to me, though. Has he said anything about a girlfriend to you? Girlfriend? My breath catches, and I'm surprised about how suffocating this air feels all of a sudden in a twist in my stomach. Shaking my head, I creep closer, until thankfully, the girl's words are loud enough to finally drift into our ears. I'd love to catch up with you again. We missed you a lot, you know. I was filled with it and realized we were going to the same college. A jolt went through and Luke's surprised dark eyes catch mine. Before I could sheepishly run away from getting caught eavesdropping, Luke's eyes widened and seemed to plead with me, and I realized something that fake looks like, help me. Did you see that, Val? I think our bro needs our help. Wait, what are you? Not even waiting for my sentence to finish, Aaron leaps out of our hiding place and casually strolls up to Luke, now his relief written all over his face. Luke, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Did you forget our date, huh? The girl Luke is with pauses mid-word, her mouth straying open as her eyes dart between Luke and Aaron with confusion. It's not supposed to stand someone up, you know. Come on. Wait, you and him? What? Since when are you? What? What are you talking about? The girl continues looking back and forth at Luke and Aaron, and my palm flies to my forehead at the realization. Good job, Aaron. Now you made her think the two of you are dating. Feeling a laugh bubble inside me, I shake my head and rush toward the back hold of both Aaron and Luke's arms, smiling apologetically at the baffled girl. Hey, sorry, excuse these two idiots. We're in a group project together. We were supposed to meet like 15 minutes ago, so we're looking for Luke. We're going to be late for our booking in the library, so if you don't mind, we have to move. It was nice meeting you. Bye! Leaving the bewildered girl behind, I dragged the two idiotic males behind me towards the exit. There's a long moment of awkward silence to stand outside the building before Aaron burst out laughing, bending over and clenching his stomach. I have no idea what just happened, but that just made my day. Feeling a reluctant grin tuck on my lips, I shake my head at them and sigh. You're welcome, both of you. Luke finally lifts his gaze from the ground and nods, his voice soft. Thanks, Val. I knew I could count on you. Nope. Flattery and one simple thank you was not enough. You owe me an explanation now. Who was that girl? Why was she clinging on to you like that? And why'd you need her help extricating yourself from that situation? Luke's lower lip disappears between his teeth. He looks reluctant to answer. Nobody important. Thank you for your help. I tilt my head of his secretiveness. The hurt welling up inside me almost overwhelming my rationality for a moment. I thought he considers me as a close friend. Why is he keeping his relationship from me? As always, Aaron fails to read the mood, and he suddenly slaps us both in the back joyously. Well, now that we're here, let's look at the fruits of our labor, shall we? He pulls out his phone and starts humming a dramatic theme song from a famous thriller movie as he scrolls through his list of emails. Found it! I'm going to open it now, alright? I can't help but roll my eyes, stifling a laugh. I don't really care, you could just tell us. Aaron shoves the screen in front of our faces with a wide grin. An A+, as expected. I'm not surprised at all. That's great! I'm really glad we did well. Luke only makes a non-committal hum in response. Yeah, A's are pretty hard to achieve in college. Especially a place where an A+ doesn't exist. No joke, I went to university where A+ does not exist in the system. I know, it feels weird, but you don't know what was just for the sake of passing and what was just actually really, really good. But anyway. I shoot him a worried look, but Aaron doesn't seem to notice Luke's lack of enthusiasm. Aaron starts to read the teacher's comments out loud, but neither Luke or I are paying attention. Luke seems distracted. A faraway glint in his eyes and his mind clearly a million miles away. I watch him, both concerned and frustrated. There's something bothering him, which probably has to do with the girl we saw earlier. But true to his secret nature, he's not letting us in. Next to us, Aaron continues reading loudly, still oblivious to the situation, until he suddenly declares that he'll go buy some soda from the nearest vending machine he can find a celebration. I'll be right back, my friends! What? Before I can respond, Aaron has scurried off happily, leaving Luke and me alone. Luke barely seems to have noticed that Aaron has left, still preoccupied by his own thoughts. I watch him for a minute longer, shifting my weight from left to right in discomfort. Finally, I can't stand the silence anymore. I let the question fall from my lips once again. So... what was that girl talking to you? Who was that girl talking to? That? Who was that girl talking to you? Your girlfriend? The words burn my tongue as they escape my mouth, and despite my best attempt to sound casual, I sound so much like a jealous lover that I immediately wince, wish I could take them back. In front of me, Luke startles, his eyes finally meeting mine. What? No, forget it. I didn't say anything. Feeling awkward, I clear my throat and hastily look away, searching for any sign of Aaron. Seriously, it's just soda. There are vending machines everywhere. What's taking him so long? My silent pleas for Aaron to come and save me from this awkward situation go unanswered, and I brace myself when Luke starts to speak. She's not my girlfriend, but she was. Huh? My gaze flies to Luke's face. and he looks uncomfortable, his hand rubbing the back of his neck in a now familiar gesture of discomfort. Oh. It takes immense effort for me to keep a straight face. Yeah. There's a long beat of tense silence when I fumble for the right words to say. I'm sorry. How long ago was it? For a moment I thought Luke wouldn't answer, but he finally responds in a low voice. 2 years ago. Broke up before I left for college. Oh. High school sweethearts, huh? I'm sorry. Distance sucks. No, it wasn't really at a distance. The college was just an hour away. He shrugs and lets out a long, weary sigh. Without a word, he starts walking towards a nearby bench, settling onto it. Confused, I find myself following and sitting beside him. What happened? The wry smile on his face turns bitter. I met her soulmate, so I broke up with her so she could be with him. Wait, what? That was not what I expected at all. Luke gives a low chuckle at the no doubt stunned at my look in my face, and he rubs his face in exhaustion. Her string leads to this kid who moved to our town the year before my graduation. He was my friend. We met in literature class, and our shared love for Shakespeare and the art of words became our bond. I didn't realize who his string led to until I introduced Lita to him one day at lunch. Another chuckle, this time darker. He could have knocked me down with a feather when I realized they were tied together a red string of fate. What was I supposed to do but to let her go? Good God, that is so sad. No wonder he's so cynical. I open my mouth to speak, but words fail me. No doubt, old painful memories are surfacing in his mind, and there's an unfocused look in his eyes as he recalls his past. A wave of guilt crashes over me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. No, it's fine. It's been years. I'm over it. It wasn't like we were about to get married or anything anyway. It was just high school puppy love. Dude, what you had was real if you're feeling that pained. So, string or not, that was real. He forces a smile, but I can see his eyes are still haunted. It's obvious. Luke cared very deeply for her once. Suddenly all the puzzle pieces fall into place. Why Luke doesn't believe in love for himself. Why views our ability to see the red strings of fate as a curse. Why Luke never writes about romantic love. Oh, Luke. I can almost feel his sadness like my own. Feel the depth of his loneliness like my own. Touched by his willingness to open up to me, by the kind, selfless person I got a glimpse of, I find myself wrapping my arms around him, offering as much comfort as I could. He goes stiff in my arms, shocked but doesn't pull away. I'm sorry, I may not have had the same experience, but I can imagine how devastating it must have been. I may not have dated before, but I understand how you feel. His body relaxes in my arms, and one hand slowly comes to rest with itself in my arm. I know. You probably understand that better than anyone else. The warmth of his hand startles me, and I'm suddenly acutely aware of the feeling his body pressed up against mine. The flush rises up to my cheeks. I don't need to peek down to know Luke is likely blushing as well. His shyness is apparent in the hesitant action of leaning his head slightly against my shoulder. My heart is pounding in my chest, and Luke lingers in my arms a moment longer before he pulls away simultaneously. I settle back onto the bench next to him, and we both look at everything except each other for a minute, our cheeks still warm. Eventually Luke breaks the silence. I'm sorry, I don't know why I told you all that depressing stuff. No, thank you for trusting me enough to tell me about her. Besides, I'm just returning the favor. He smiles at the reminder of that day on the beach, but it quickly fades. Still, I usually never think about it anymore, and I've long moved on. I guess I was just rattled by Lena's sudden appearance. didn't think she'd applied to the same college as me along with her soulmate. I thought they would try to rekindle our friendship. Lord knows why they would want to do that. Maybe they just missed you. Luke gives a half shrug, his mouth twisting. Maybe. I don't know if I could oblige, though. Why? Luke's lips part, but no words come out. After a moment, his shoulders lift another small shrug. I don't know. How should I reply? So, another critical decision? I will add it to the chat box. Alright, thankfully it's just 2 answers, but okay, so here you go. Here's another poll. Feel free to answer. But yeah, this is a very complicated question because these are old friends. On the one hand, I mean, they might be wondering, hey, what's up? We had a connection before. But on the other hand, though, it kind of complicates things because he has the ability to see people's romantic fates, but he can't see his own. So, feeling like he's just going to mess with that. But on the other hand, though, they're together already. So, he's no threat to them anymore. They've already fulfilled their destiny. So, why would he cut himself off? It's kind of tricky. Because I have had friends who have dated, and I've never dated myself, but I could totally relate to the fact that feeling like, I mean, there are times where I kind of was either pushed to let them go because they were going for somebody else who could potentially be a life partner, or I kind of felt like I was almost tempted to give up on those people because they had somebody else fulfill that thing that friendship usually does. But I kind of realized over time that, like, friendship and dating are completely different things. They have completely different capacities. So, I say, if you're a person who cuts you off because they're dating somebody, then it's not worth it. But if it's a cutoff due to just a personal strain that can be repaired, I'd say give it a shot. So, with that said, I mean, feel free to still answer the question in your own way, because I'm kind of curious as to how you would have responded to this. But I would say, don't you miss them, because they already fulfilled their duty. They already have their soulmates. They're already soulmates together. They're together. They're wondering how he's doing. So, I think that should be, I mean, granted he said to let them go. He did that. And they succeeded in being in love. But they also both were concerned about his well-being. So I think that's adequate enough for him to give them a second shot. Luke blinks, his brows furrowing. Miss them? I mean, they meant a lot to you once, right? Don't you miss their friendship? I get what happened was shitty, but it's in the past. You shouldn't let that get in the way of your friendship if you miss them. Luke stays quiet and bite my lip, a bit nervous about having said the wrong thing. Sorry, I overstepped my boundaries. Ignore what I said. You shouldn't do anything you're not comfortable with. No, you have a point. I don't know. Luke's eyes rose his face. Exhaustion etched onto his features. My chest tightens in this expression, and I wrap an arm around his shoulder as comfort. I'm sorry for bringing up such a sore subject for you. Want to talk about something else? Would you mind if we do? No, of course not. I asked out of curiosity anyway. I give him a cheeky grin, and returns a weak smile. You know, I just remembered Aaron's existence. Didn't he say he'd be back after grabbing us a soda? Where in the world is he? Did he get lost? A smile climbs the face of the mental image of Aaron wandering around the campus, unable to find his way back, all because he tried to find a vending machine. Which is very much possible. I've come across campuses like that where it's just like, why isn't there a vending machine in this place? If anyone can get lost, it'll be him. I'll text him and ask. I pull up my phone, surprised to see a text notification, and I can't hold back a groan. Ugh. What is it? Blushing, I immediately slide my phone into my pocket and shake my head. Nothing. Something came up when he texted me to say he won't be back, saying he'd text us tonight instead. Thankfully, Luke is so distracted he doesn't notice my blatant lie, and he simply nods, accepting that explanation. Aaron's text resurfaced my mind. I saw you and Luke getting pretty cozy. Don't worry, I made myself scarce for you. You owe me one. I let out a heavy sigh. I'm going to be in for a whole world of teasing, aren't I? Even still, I can't let the small pleased smile off my face. Psst. No. Mom, don't. Ah! My eyes fly open as I jerk upwards into a sitting position in bed, panting as though I'd just run a marathon. Just a nightmare. Brushing away the tears clinging to my eyelashes, I stare at the wall of my dimly lit room. I can feel cold beads of sweat running down my back. As rustling of bread sheets, my roommate turns in her sleep, mumbling something under her breath. I'm glad I didn't wake her, at least. This nightmare again. I thought the recurring nightmares had finally gone away when I moved for college, but they've been coming back every so often lately. I wonder why it's happening again. What time is it? My movement's slow as though I'm in a haze. I fumble for my phone lying on the nightstand. I click to unlock the phone, and the sudden bright light from my screen, a stark contrast from the darkness in my room, almost blinds me. I blink trying to adjust to the light, and glance down at the screen again to check the time. Huh. There's a text waiting for me on the screen. I probably sent around half an hour ago at 2 a.m. It's from Luke. What's he doing up so late? Curiously, I checked the text. It's simple 2 words. Horribly misspelled, but I could at least make out what he meant. Still awake? My fingers fly over the keyboard to type back a reply. I am now. What's up? I lean back against the headboard, closing my eyes briefly. My phone buzzes in my hand, demanding my attention. I'm sorry. Did I wake you? This time I can't help but giggle at the typing errors in Luke's text. It's so uncharacteristic of his usually perfect, inhumanly fast typing I'm both concerned yet amused. What's up with the typos? You okay? Why are you still awake at this hour? A minute passes without reply, and I started to think Luke was falling asleep with my phone until he chimes away happily at a deafening volume. What the? Hastily pick up the call, looking over at my roommate, who stirs but thankfully doesn't wake. Are you insane? I just woke up half the building because of your call. There's a low chuckle from the other end. Sorry, I forgot you live in the dorms. I sigh, shaking my head at him even though I can't possibly see my reaction right now. Why are you calling me anyway? As you can tell by the growing amount of typos, it's rather hard to type when I'm lying in bed, sweating in the dark, so I figured talking over the phone would be easier than texting. I'm suddenly realized that we must both be in bed at the same time on opposite ends of the phone, and I flushed for some reason. I quickly shake a strange feeling off. Well, get better at it. See? I was texting you just fine. Clearly it's only your problem. Fine. Teach me, Miss Texting Master. I started laughter, adopting a mockingly condescending tone. Some things can only be learned on one's own, not taught. We'll get there one day, young grasshopper. Luke laughs, and we both fall silent for a moment, our breathing the only sound filling the silence between us. You still haven't told me why you're still up. Better yet, why are you texting me at this hour? Is everything alright? I'm sorry, did I wake you up with my text? No, you didn't, but stop dodging the question. What's wrong? This is quite unlike you. Can I just talk to my good friend for fun? I give an incredulous chuckle. At 2 a.m. in the morning? No. Luke sighs, and I can almost imagine his frustrated scowl on the other end of the phone. The image brings a smile to my face. What is it, Luke? Clearly, if you texted me, you wanted to talk to me about it, so now I'm here, you might as well go ahead. It was a spur-of-the-moment text I somewhat regretted later on. It's something important. My voice softens in concern, and I wish Luke would fall in front of me right now so I could intimidate him with a glare. Obviously, it's not nothing important. If you're up at 2 in the morning thinking about it, if you want to talk about it, I'm here. There's a long moment of silence before Luke responds. Today is the anniversary of my grandpa's death. He died of a heart attack on this day 5 years ago. Oh! Stunned, I fall silent for a moment, unsure of how to respond. I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about it? Don't be. It's fine. It's not like I'm drinking myself into a stupor with sorrow or something. It's been years. I miss him, of course, but life goes on. I just can't help but feel particularly affected every year on this day. That's all. I totally get that. I understand. I say that's perfectly normal. There's a beat of silence before Luke continues. Yeah. You know, Nina even texted me about it earlier. Just thinking about missing my grandpa too, and that she's here if I want to talk. I guess you remember what day today is too. Oh wow, really? That's nice of her. Yeah, I guess. Did you take her up on that offer? Despite my light, casual tone, I found myself oddly tensing up at the end of my question, waiting anxiously for his answer. Girl, you should know that, like, she's already taken, so I don't know why you're being so nervous. Anyway. Clearly not if I'm on the phone with you right now. Besides, I don't even know where she got my number. I never gave it to her after I changed it. She must have asked around for it. I didn't release a breath I didn't realize I've been holding. I guess my stalker has a stalker of his own, huh? Luke chuckles and the heavy mood seems to lift. You know, I began to think you were stalking me rather than the other way around. How else do you keep accidentally running into me, like at the beach and in the hallways? Wow! Is that any way to show gratitude when I saved you from your ex-girlfriend and said hallways the other day? We both laughed quietly, too mindful of the sleeping roommates to really let loose with laughter. Don't think I noticed your oh-so-subtle change in subject, though. Don't be embarrassed to talk about your grandfather with me. You were the one who let me cry over you about my parents who barely knew each other while on the beach that day, remember? Time for me to return the favor. Luke gives a small laugh, but then he sighs. Thank you for offering to listen. I'm still sorry about the sudden phone call. I shouldn't have bothered you so late at night about this. Don't be silly. What are friends for, right? I'm glad you came to me. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you first texted me. I didn't wake up until half an hour later for a well-timed nightmare. Concerned like Luke's voice as he replies. Nightmare? About what? Are you alright? His worrying brings a small smile to my face. I'd like him to still worry about me when he's the one sad over the anniversary of his grandpa's death. I'm fine. I pause. The scene from my dreams. No, the terrific memories further twisted by my subconscious sleeping mind, flashing across my mind again. You know, the funny thing is, I had a nightmare about my mom's accident tonight. I guess we're both troubled by the deaths of our families today. Oh, I'm sorry. I know how rough it must be. I wrap my blankets tighter around myself, needing a moment to swallow the lump in my throat before I answer. Yeah. Anyways, I'm fine. I'm more worried about you instead. Do you want to talk about your grandpa? He was the one who brought you up along with your grandmother, right? Yes. He was basically a father to me. My voice softens, sensing Luke's gradual opening up. Tell me more about him. Silence drags on until I think I've pushed too far, and I was about to apologize when Luke pipes up. You know what? I will if you will. What do you mean? I talk about your grandmother if you talk about your parents. That's only fair after all. Do you have a deal? Startled, I titter nervously, twirling a strange thread sticking out from the corner of my blanket. Well, Oh, fine. You can go first. What? That's not fair at all. I was the one who asked about you first. Ladies first. I don't believe this kind of situation is where the phrase comes to play. I abide by that rule in all aspects of life, including this. Chuckling, I shake my head before conceding. Fine, fine, you win. I'll go first. What do you want to hear about? Anything. Your mother, your father, what kind of people they were. What they were interested in, what their relationship was like, your favorite memories with them. Anything at all. So we're going to find out more about their backstory. I mean, I thought that I was going to finish today, but I'm actually getting a bit exhausted. I'm sorry. I definitely going to need to get some rest. Yeah, so it looks like there may be a part 3 after all. I'm just feeling really, really, really tired. I apologize. But thank you so much for jumping into the stream. I know it's like it wasn't as energetic as before, but I promise you, I think once I get some sleep and then I wake up tomorrow, I'll feel so much better. I assure you. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to check out my other social media, please feel free to check it out. I finally customized my, my coffee page, so if you want to donate there, it's coffee.com/tonders, and all the funds will go towards restarting my radio show, online. I also have DJMK for Life for Twitter, which is the most updated, and then my Discord, PlayStation Network, Steam, Twitch, and Vainglory ID. My YouTube, of course, is DJMK Off the Air, and there's, of course, Mixler.com/DJMK on Mixler, and then mahokomiti.blogspot.com is my blog. In terms of events, I am planning to attend BlurredCon, which is happening July 27th to 29th in Crystal City, in the Hyatt Regency, and Baltimore Comic Con happening September 20th to 30th in the Baltimore Convention Center. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. But thank you for understanding. Thank you for all the love and all the sharing and all of the visits and the messages. So, I'll see you next time, and DJMK sign off this video. Bye!